Most people think that shuffling a deck means giving up control. And honestly, that's kind of what it looks like. But here's the twist. Magicians can shuffle and still know exactly where the key cards are at, and even keep them in place without anybody noticing. If that sounds impossible, this video here today is going to change the way that you see the overhand shuffle forever. Because today I'm going to show you how to control cards even while you're shuffling using nothing more than the overhand shuffle. Let me show you what this looks like from the audience's perspective. Here's a card that the audience member has freely selected. It's the 8 of hearts. And just to be clear, I'm going to let them return it to any position in the deck. So let's just shuffle off a few cards. We'll put it on top here. Okay, and what that does is it adds fairness, and it's going to build trust with that audience. And I'm going to begin what looks like a normal shuffle. And we're just going to continue the overhand shuffle. We'll do an undercut and throw the cards over. And we'll do a shuffle again and undercut again. And all we're going to do is we're going to flip that 8 of hearts over. The cool thing is the audience has no idea how that happened, but I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Okay, let's begin with a close-up of tutorial on this. So again, the 8 of hearts is the card that they selected, and what we're going to do is we're going to begin with an overhand shuffle using a soft but firm grip. We're going to keep slight pressure with our right ring finger. And this is something I failed to really cover in the past with a lot of my videos, is I always, in the beginning, and I'm still a beginning card magician, but in the beginning I was always letting that ring finger migrate off, so you actually lose some control of the cards. Where if you keep a little more pressure with that ring finger on there as well as your middle finger, because you're holding the cards between your middle and your thumb, keep a little pressure with that ring finger, and that's going to allow you to have a lot more control so you can run cards and stuff like that. So, but anyhow, ask your spectator to put the card back into any position. So let's just shuffle off a few. Let's say they put it right here. Okay, and I'm going to put it face up so you guys can see what's happening here. And what this does, again, like I said, it adds the illusion of freedom, and it makes your control feel impossible when you're doing this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And we learned how to do that a couple of videos ago. We're going to injog the next card. So it's injogged on the side here. And we're just going to shuffle off the rest of the cards, okay? And again, from the audience's perspective, you can't really see any kind of control. We're going to undercut, throw the deck on top, and then what we're going to do is we're going to run 4 cards now. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your card again. We're going to injog the next one, and then continue overhand shuffling the cards. Again, it looks like kind of a jumbled mess. We're going to undercut, throw the card on top, and there's our key card, our card that the audience member selected. And that's basically about it. You just control the freely selected card during what looks like kind of like a casual shuffle, an overhand shuffle. A couple questions that you might have is how do I make my shuffle look smooth and natural? Big thing with this is, especially being a beginning card magician, just make sure you start slow. And we have a video on the overhand shuffle that goes through and shows you how to do it. But start with your shuffle really slow, and then as you get better, you can start going faster. And like I said, I'm still pretty new here to the journey, so there's lots of people out there that make mine look like a baby step as well. But all we're doing is just gradually increasing the speed there. Another question you might have is I keep dropping cards or flashing the control. What am I doing wrong? You might be gripping it too tight, or not tight enough, or slides around in that. Also check if you're looking at your hands too often. If you're looking down at the cards like this, that's one habit that you want to kind of get away from. So you want to get to the point where you're actually watching your audience and you're looking around and you're talking and you're going through your whole spiel that you're going to be doing for your tricks, and just get it down so it's all by feel. Okay, another question you might have is why does my audience still suspect that I'm doing something sneaky? And it usually comes down to eye contact. Remember, your audience a lot of times will follow where your eyes are going. So if you're looking at your cards, they're going to look at the cards. if you're shuffling, all of a sudden you look up, they're going to follow your head a lot of times and your eye contact a lot of times. And when you go up, that's when you can do that sleight of hand technique. And we just did one from a couple videos ago. How long should you practice before going live? Remember, you don't need to be perfect, but if you can get it pretty darn close to perfect 8 out of 10 times, that's usually a good starting point where you can start showing some of your close friends and try to get opinions and ideas for suggestions and stuff like that. So this is kind of something to keep in mind. One person might have a question about if this is the same thing as a false shuffle, and it's not quite a false shuffle. It's actually a control, so we're controlling that card that was flipped up. A false shuffle is actually making the deck look like you're shuffling, but you actually retain the same order of the cards throughout the entire deck, and we'll get into that in a future video coming up here. Remember, if you're still stuck, make sure you drop the questions in the comments below. If you have any tips or ideas or suggestions that we can do as a team here, because this is a journey for all of us, make sure you drop it in the comments below. All the involvement that you guys can give me is going to help me with my journey. It's going to help you with your journey so we can grow together. Practice routine here is, make sure you lock this in. It's a daily drill set. We're going to do the practice here 2 to 3 times per day if you can, if possible. And we're going to start off with an overhand shuffle. We're going to do 5 sets of these. That's 1, 2, and then you keep on going with 5 and try to get those down pretty good. Then we're going to go running the cards, running the first 5 cards, and then overhand shuffle it off. So, and then we can do an overhand shuffle and maybe run the middle 5 cards. Okay. And then we could shuffle the top card to the bottom, and then we can bring it back to the top, and that's usually option number 1. Again, go back to the video and watch that. Shuffle it to the bottom for option number 2, where we put that thumb break in. Okay. We can also do the shuffle. Injog 1 card, shuffle it off, undercut, and throw it on top. You have sets of 5 for that. And then the last one here is the one we just got done doing today, where we can do the full overhand shuffle. So it's just 1, 2, 3, injog, shuffle off, undercut, throw up. 1, 2, 3, 4, injog, shuffle off, and undercut and throw on top, so we can control that card. Again, 1 to 3 sessions per day is sufficient, and it should probably take you, somewhere between 10 to 30 minutes of practice each session. Make sure that if you want to take your shuffles and check your control, make sure you glimpse that card when you're done. If you want to take those controls even further, you can click on that playlist on the right hand side there, and that's going to be our overhand shuffle playlist, and that'll keep you up to date as we add videos. But until next time, my name is Joe. This is my card magic journey. Let's make it yours too.